archangels cover the watcher in a bright white light and save them and help them in any way that they need and protect them from the evil eye. May all evil eye be returned to sender 1,000-fold. But specifically this video, this is going to be a short one because this was kind of a weird channeled message. And this, you'll know that this message is for you if you recently have heard of a thing called a labubu, or you, there was a few like keynotes. If you have heard of an actor called Paul Mescal, there was like a few like strange ones this week that I've been seeing, signs that I'm like, why this? And I'll keep going, but if either of those resonate with you in this moment, or if you, here's another one. If you were woken up in the middle of the night, or you haven't been having trouble sleeping, your sleeping pattern has been different than usual, whether you've been napping more or less, or you've been woke in the middle of the night with like strange dreams, it's because right now you're going through a growth spurt in your emotional awareness and awakening. And you are being prepared even more to be able to receive and provide love. I know that sounds quite strange. I'll unpack that. The message, the intuitive message that I got downloaded was specifically that, like, you don't expect this, but when you dream, your higher self takes over for your being and connects, because we are all on one plane, we are all connected, we are all together, connects with the other people involved. Let's say like you have an issue, or it takes a metaphorical stance, but let's say it's with a specific person you keep dreaming of. Their higher self is also in communication with your higher self about how to have that conversation in a way that gives you closure. So every time that you wake up, you come back actually more healed than when you went to sleep. That is actually scientifically provable, in fact, which is something that I find amazing. But specifically the action there of the creation of the mind and of the not only relative situations, but of spirit using it as a learning tool for you, so that you may be gently not only incepted with ideas for how to proceed and how better to give and receive love and how to open yourself back up, but also how to I lost my train of thought. That was so silly of me. That's exactly what it's been like for you, waking up in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, like, you've lost your train of thought, or like that dream that you were just woken up out of. Oh, you come back more healed. That's what I was going to say. Thank you. And just like that, I'm back. Baby, I'm back. Kid Leroy. Did you hear that? Did you see that song went gold? You know, it's funny. I think sometimes about when people become famous or like accept these awards, how many of them, I wonder to myself, end up actually, like, if I had to see a statistic, how many of them actually end up thanking God? I find it quite interesting. It seems like it's quite a high number, doesn't it? And I find that very interesting. Like, people don't account that the thank yous actually seem to return somehow, whether it's by incepting an idea into somebody that they like you more, or they resonate with you, or they empathize with you, or that reminder of God is what brought them to a place that made them think positively of you. You know, the Pavlovian response of, oh, you think that way about God, so I must as well, which is ironic because it just goes to show you the ripples, the shock waves of even so much as out loud thanking God. So when was the last time you did that I'm going on this rant about it? But my point about this was also specifically when I woke up in the middle of the night last night, I had this crazy, overwhelming feeling that not only had I been worked on and become, I hate to say older, that's not a good word. It's really wiser. I had woken up wiser, knowing that when I woke up from my dream, that I had a conversation and worked out an entire scenario and come to a formative conclusion about it, and woke up with that crazy feeling of a formative conclusion that I had no prior memory of, that I was dabbing myself on the back feeling good, and all of a sudden it's like I'm awake for real. I went to bed so early. I was hanging out with a close friend the day before, and we were having a wonderful, lovely day, and we had a good conversation. And the friend who I was hanging out with, his parents actually invited me out of the kindness of their heart. They actually had bought pizza for us. Then they met me, and they went back and they cooked a full meal. I couldn't believe it. It was actually unbelievable. And it was the first home cooked meal over a friend's house I think I've had in no less than a decade. And I don't think that's an exaggeration. And it was so amazing. We all sat together and we had like a real family dinner together, and I experienced that. And I was so jaded for a minute. I was so jaded because I am respectfully an adult. And the idea of sitting with my friend's parents, as opposed to going and doing what we had planned with the food that she had already given us, was, for a tad bit, I'm not going to lie to you, it was aggravating. But then as I was in that moment and I was looking at this beautiful dinner that they had made, and the way they were so humble, like, I should have done more for you, I'm so sorry, like, if I had known, we would have, and I have to give you that very Italian-American, New Jersey, you know I am, but no, thank you so much, I'm so happy to be here, it is really kind of you to cook for me. And just like that, I realized I needed to reframe. It's almost like I heard God yell behind me. I heard the spirits yell, you need a reframe, or you need to be more grateful. And I was like, holy shit, yes, I do. I really do need to be more grateful. So I sat myself down and I immediately backtracked and like did the reframe. And it was an amazing dinner. We had a fabulous conversation. They showed me videos of their house in Italy. And I appreciated and ate the amazing food that she had made, and got to know my friend's family a little better. And there was something so wholesome and full about that I have not had in years. And it's so crazy how that one simple reframe, it's like, that's how I feel about your dream. You wake up from this weird dream, or you can't get back to sleep. You're feeling so wired because at the same time, I went to bed so early that night. It was like God needed to work on me same night. It was like, here, not only did I teach you this lesson, but also now I'm going to give the follow-up review in the dreams. It's crazy how that can happen. And woke me up in the middle of the night. And when I woke up, all I could hear was being whispered to me, this voice that was like, go on your dating app. And it was so crazy because I ended up making an instant connection and meeting someone who was awake at the same time and going through the exact same thing. We had a full hour-long lovely conversation. And then I woke up and then I spoke to my mother, because I speak to my parents. I tried to be grateful. I spoke to my mother, and she said to me that she had a terrible dream, woke up in the middle of the night and could not go back to sleep. I couldn't believe it. We were all spiritually awakened as God was working on us and choosing us for this higher level of magic, working us awake, and the energy among the atmosphere was palpable. So I know that if you have felt this, if you have had these material awakenings recently, you are literally on the precipice of another spiritual psychic awakening. I swear to God, my mother has psychic pulls all the time. So of course it would make sense that the two of us were up at the same hour in the same kind of groggy tones that we were, that we have both had the same exact issue. It makes perfect sense to me that it ended up that I had read online that a number of other people were having the same issue at the same exact time on the same days. I'm sorry, I noticed these things. These are happening. And, you know, my mother is deeply still in love with my father, and they continue. It's ironic. They had a tumultuous relationship through the middle years of my life, but now they have come back together in a way that is sweeter and kinder than ever, and they love each other more and more every day. It's almost unbelievable. And that's the kind of love that is generationally going to be brought to you, especially if you continue to work with God and spirit on this spiritual awakening. I really cannot stress enough also how that means that getting your rest and your water and your nutrition so that you sleep well is tantamount. Think of it like plugging your phone into the charger. You don't want any water or sand or dirt or bad faulty electrical wiring to prevent you from being able to charge your phone. So same exact situation with your body. And that counts, of course, spiritual debris. So it's always good to maybe pop on a video that does a psychic cleansing. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The point being about love. I think that right now, spirit is activating you because there is going to be a love that you get called to. I really think that's sort of what it was. It was being called to a higher level of love, being called to a situation in love that is happening for you. That spirit needs you to be in exact spots. So don't be surprised if in the next few days you get very strong psychic impulses to turn left here, or make this right, or stop here, wait here for 1 minute. Don't ignore those strange impulses when you get them, because spirit is trying to align you at the perfect moment to get exactly what you need. When I tell you that, when I have done that, I have come across people that I know on the street. I've literally walked into people I was thinking about. I have, and it's crazy, like in places you would never expect. Like like imagine that. Imagine physically walking in the streets of New York into someone that you were just thinking about, and spirit says, oh, you want to see them? Make this left. I made the left. Bam, I walked into that person. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about is possible when you listen to that intuitive, spiritual, psychic feeling. When you get activated, you remember how I just mentioned how I woke up feeling like I was patting myself on the back, like I'd come to a conclusion that I don't even remember? It's the same exact thing with you when you wake up every time with stronger intuition. Because every time you go to sleep and you make that, you have that workroom session in your higher self with these other people involved who are all just trying their best. Remember, we are all human beings trying our best, which means that people are wrong at certain times and have trouble taking it back. You have to make grace for that, but also gently point it out, or it gets gently pointed out to you, same exact logic in your dream state. So it's just like you're being activated for this higher calling, for this relationship, so is the other person being called and activated in this. If you and someone that you're talking to have both been having terrible sleep patterns lately, or you both have heard of Labubus or have laughed about them together, congratulations. This is who I'm talking about. This is the next level. This is the person. The person is coming literally to you, to work with you, to take you to your higher level of calling, to take you, to ascend you to, I'm seeing like the two of you I'm seeing the two of you like out and about together. And this is somebody who is going to be your next learning experience. And I don't mean that in like a negative karmic way. No, don't mistake me. This is someone who is going to help you achieve that direct learning experience that you activate and tap into in your dreams. Okay? This is someone that spirit, I'm seeing it, has sent specifically for you, has something that the two of you specifically need to work on, and has figured out a way to endow it through the two of you in a way that is healthy and also mindful and also brings to light the God in the relationship. Something really specific about that. That's very specific wording. So you know that that's God working through me, because I don't remember half of what I say in these channel sessions. I just came back just now from wherever we were at, whatever I was looking at. That was strange. But you and this person are going to be brought together in a way that feels very different than your previous relationships. I'm really getting like a circling feeling, like this is not to say this is the one, but this is about to redefine what you thought was capable for you in your life in love. Specifically, if you've been having, there's like a specific like problem, like here's your issue. You feel like you're a very specific taste. You feel like you're like, okay, this is like, it feels like you're trying to talk about yourself like I'm not for everybody. Like you're aware to some extent of your own faults, but I think that in this case, you're coloring yourself really harshly with that as opposed to, I mean, obviously you know that you've had achievements. I can feel that in your energy as well, but this other aspect here of self-doubt and pity that you have put upon yourself. It's weird. It's like when someone is told that they need to be more humble, and because there was too muchness. There was too muchness of your largesse. There was too muchness. It was too much. It was too much. It was too much. It was too much. Like it was, and somewhere along the lines, it became, how do I say, unforgivable to be too much. It became the opponent. It became the enemy. That became the criticism. Too much, because what else are you supposed to say when somebody has no real issues except simply that their personality that shines so bright and takes up space and causes other people to look at it is too much, right? So, but I think as you get older and these activations occur, I don't want to go too far off tangent because I've already done that. I already went off there. You're like, who gives a fuck? Listen, This person that's coming in is going to see back to that inner child that you somewhere along the line told that couldn't operate a certain way, and is going to allow you to exist in a space that you didn't think was possible, because you are very harsh on aesthetics for whatever reason. You're like, this person doesn't look good with me. I keep hearing that, and it's positive and negative because it depends on the connotation here. It's kind of interesting. I'm hearing both connotations. The like self-pitying, that person like, oh, that person doesn't look good with me. And then the other one, which is, that person doesn't look good with me. Even when you've seen like strong connections for yourself, you just don't understand, like it's not connecting, it's not vibing, it's not jiving at this point. Maybe you're even questioning. I can even see some of you being like, am I dating the wrong gender? Am I trying the wrong thing? Should I be approaching it a different way? Should I tune down my muchness? So because I don't think I'll ever find somebody who will see me for all of me and understand and really comprehend. The answer is, Spirit is like, I'm actually going to challenge your self-doubt with this next relationship, because you will be forced to be loved in a way that this person will see and identify you. Yep, I know I'm cooking because the light just flickered. There was a huge power surge just now. Like, this person is going to be giving you compliments, is going to be going through those motions. And this is going to be your challenge, actually, not to self-sabotage, because you've been existing in this space of hyper independence for so long. Even if you were like previously with a partner, you're in a place where you feel very like a spiky meatball. Mommy's little mom, what is it from Love Island? Okay, another one, if you've seen Love Island, is Nick's mommy's little meatball shirt. Because yeah, you like a spicy little meat, and a spicy and spiky little meatball. I think you're a little afraid that if someone gets close, then obviously they have the opportunity to see you for all of you and hurt you. But this is someone who I think I'm hearing, is it too good to be true? I think you will be feeling almost very reserved, and Spirit is saying that's okay. Give yourself grace as you move through this next relationship. This person, that's a real clue about what they're going to be like. They're quite outgoing. They had some muchness themselves, but there might be something in them. They don't seem to damper it the way that you do. This other person is happier-go-luckier than you, which is quite interesting, because I feel you arguing with me. I feel you arguing. I'm happy-go-lucky. Yes, but this person is optimistic. This person understands and meets other people without that critical eye that you've developed because you were so afraid of other people turning it upon yourself. So you wanted to point it out in yourself before anybody else could get to it. This person doesn't have that lens. This person is different than you. This person is not, I hesitate to say that they're a different like race, ethnicity, background. They're different than you. That's all I'm going to say. They're different. In fact, I'm even seeing two scenarios. One scenario that you guys are like from different countries even, and they're really kind of getting used to the culture shock, or they're from a different huge side of the country. And the other option is that you're perhaps, ironically, I'm seeing like two like New York Italians who you'd think would be so so similar. But in this case, you found a duo that is diametrically different. Like, I'm seeing like a scorpionic kind of female, like with like long hair and like claws, and is very like sensual but opinionated and self-contained. And for the man, I'm seeing someone who is like, I wouldn't say jolly because that's too far, but is excitable, is giddy, has like a fun little, like, it's almost, I don't want to say giggly because it's not that, it's a cheekiness that you will appreciate, that it sets a very different tone than where you come from. And that will be a clue that this is someone, because I'm seeing snark. There's some snark in this person, but not in a dark way. Instead, in a way that is quite playful. Quite playful. Yes. I think they've been through a lot themselves, and they found that playfulness is the thing that has stuck with them because their inner child still sits with them. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, I just got to shiver. Oh, that was it. That was it. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much if you stayed to this point. I've been the Leo from Jersey. This has been a super hyper specific message. I'm sure the view count will be very low. So you know that if you see this on your timeline, this specific message, babe, it's for you. Ring, ring. It's for you. Thank you so much. And oh, another one, England. I don't know why England is a theme, but if you've seen England on your timeline lately or someone's mentioned England, something from England, that's another clue for you as well. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I've been the Leo from Jersey. Give a like, leave a comment about what this is about, or subscribe, join the Jersey Leo Pride. Check out my tarot cards in the description below. Bye.